Hey, it's Bob and Babe Purplepock here. Thank you so much for clicking on part 2 of this video, and I want to clarify that right now. This is a part 2. I made a video a few weeks back called Cooking Mama Conspiracy Theory, and you can click on the card up here in the screen or in the description below to see that. But if you don't watch that, this part's not going to make much sense. So, if you want to check that out before you watch this, appreciate it. Either way, thank you so much for clicking on it. I didn't think we'd be back here so soon after last time, but wow. Things just got more ridiculous. Even more unbelievable. The plot thickens. And so does my stew. Well, here we are again. I thought I'd be done talking about Cooking Mama Cookstar for at least a little while after my last insane rambling disguised as a video happened. But here we are, a little more than 2 weeks later, and it's as if a completely new, unseen layer of this lasagna of mystery has been revealed by our guided forks of truth. Stick with me on this, it's gonna get weirder from here. A brief recap for those who do not see the first video. There seems to be some strange and mysterious dealings surrounding the new Cooking Mama game, Cooking Mama Cookstar. Everything we know about it is because of leaks, there's no consistent release date on the entire internet, and the game appears to be linked with a mysterious company made of gaming industry bigwigs called Planet Digital Partners, who seek to implement blockchain technology into the game for some reason. I've rambled enough about that, please just check out the first video if you want to know more. There's new details to discuss now. Let me set the scene for you. As I write this, it is March 26th, 2020. Yesterday, March 25th, I'm sitting around doing nothing in particular, working on something completely different, and thinking this whole conspiracy was behind me, when a friend I showed the video sent me something out of nowhere. A video showcasing actual gameplay from Cooking Mama Cookstar. But not from the publishers, not from a gaming news site, but in a scripted comedy review video by a YouTuber who went by the name of GameTim, who was recreating a recipe from the game. I opened the link to the video, incredibly flustered already, and was blindsided by a truckload of new questions. Who was this guy, and how did he have this game when it wasn't supposed to be out yet? What was with the string of text on the title screen in this one shot? Did the game get leaked too, like everything else? Did he just claim to help with the development of the game?
I even had a chance to help out a little bit during development, so I'm extra excited about this.
But the most perplexing thing of all took the shape of an Amazon link in the video's description. Buy Cooking Mama Cookstar. Was this legit? I clicked the link and, to my utter surprise, was taken to an Amazon curator page, which not only claimed to be the official hosting page for the game on Amazon, but it listed Cooking Mama Cookstar as both for sale and in stock. The page was real, and actually had multiple copies of the game for sale, and the developer was listed as Planet Entertainment. For a moment, I just stared at it. The whole thing hadn't really felt real up until now, but it was going to stay real. If this was going to be the reality that we lived in, I had to act. I nosedived straight in and ordered a copy through the page. Here's footage of my tweets, you can check my Twitter yourself if you don't believe me, and a picture of the order confirmation just to double prove to you that I actually did it. It hasn't arrived yet. If it ever does, it'll supposedly be here in the next week or so. I'll probably have to do a third part or whatever when that happens too, depending on how much we know and what changes by then. But for now, we have to address the matter that is GameTim and his involvement with the game. I have a feeling that if I don't get this done as soon as possible, it will swiftly become outdated by something even crazier. Curious to see what this seemingly unconnected character had to do with this international game of mystery, I reached out to GameTim in every way that I could. I tweeted directly at him, I messaged him directly on Twitter, and even left a comment on the video itself while it was still fresh to see if he would respond to it. And for once, luck turned in my favor, because I got a response from him almost immediately, the very next day. First, he responded to my YouTube comment, saying, "I thought this game wasn't out yet. I can't find it on the Switch eShop or online retailers," to which he responded, "I think the release is either tomorrow or the 31st. I feel like I should know this." Wait, he didn't know for sure what the release date was? If he helped with the development of the game, shouldn't he know it for sure? More questions kept piling up. Then, treasure of treasures, he very kindly responded and agreed to my request via Twitter to ask him what he knows about Cooking Mama Cookstar. Our conversation went like this. "I might be able to help out with some questions. What are you hoping to find out?" "Great. Thank you. Well, for starters, how were you involved in development? You mentioned that in your Rainbow Grilled Cheese video. Also, are you playing the game with the developer's copy? I noticed that the title screen has text that says first playable. Ha, yeah, there was no great way to get rid of that build version in the corner of the title screen. It's the production build of the game running on a dev kit. Planet Entertainment reached out to me last May to help consult on it, mostly on a content and gameplay level, recipes, controls, look, feel, etc. It was really cool getting to work with that team, especially with a producer that has been with the franchise for over a decade. Very interesting. Second, do you know anything about Planet Digital Partners? They're supposed to be publishing the game, and I believe they're a publishing branch of Planet Entertainment, but I haven't been able to confirm that fact. They seem to heavily emphasize the use of blockchain technology in their games, including Cooking Mama. Did they mention anything about that to you? Planet Digital Partners and Planet Entertainment are connected somehow. I'm sure though. I had the same questions when I started talking to them, haha. Yeah, I saw that blockchain page too last year. Weird stuff. I in no way represent Planet Entertainment when I guess it was probably buzzwords for buzzwords' sake to impress investors. But I am no industry expert. It definitely doesn't show up in the game. Not trying to be vague here, I know as much as you do. No worries, I appreciate your input very much. One last thing I can think of. That Amazon page in your video description. As far as I understand it, it's the official page for the game on Amazon, right? But the game doesn't come up at all when you search its name on Amazon through normal search results. Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one who couldn't find it. It was only showing up for me through the Amazon influencer interface, but not regular searches. It is the official game listing though. I think it's just the equivalent of unlisted right now. I have no idea why. I was given the green light to start giving out the link, so I'm glad to hear there's some way, other than GameStop, for folks to order it. Plus, full disclosure, it does help the channel a little to buy through my storefront, so the short exclusivity period is a little nice. He also commented that he loved my Splounched Bar video, and he said that he would watch the original conspiracy video when he got the chance. Huge thanks again to GameTim for shedding some light upon this mystery, how little it may be. Make sure you check out his channel after you're done here. He's got a lot of good stuff, mostly based on Cooking Mama, if you're interested in that. At this point, things were looking up. Cooking Mama Cookstar almost seemed like it was lined up for an actual March release, or at least a release that was tangibly soon. That seemed to be what GameTim was saying. A playable build was in our sights. Planet Entertainment had in fact been working on it and seemed to have talented, skilled people familiar with the franchise working on it, and a trustworthy source was telling us all of this. It all seemed too good to be true. But then, 3 huge new questions fell into my lap. In the latter half of that day, which I will remind you, was March 26th. The first came in the form of the supposed sudden and inexplicable release, yes, proper available for purchase release of Cooking Mama Cookstar on the Nintendo Switch eShop before it was swiftly taken down again. An article on Go Nintendo documented that a Reddit user by the name of Outworld Emperor had seen it on the new releases page, downloaded it, but it was gone when they told a friend to download it themselves. Just to double check this, I went to see the original Reddit post to see if they could prove that they really had the game. What do you know? They did. I also checked the Switch eShop myself and found absolutely no record of any kind of Cooking Mama, Cookstar or otherwise. Bottom line, the game came out, if only for like 10 minutes or so, and someone got a hold of it. Pretty strange, but similar cases to stuff like this has happened before. But believe me, it gets stranger. Turns out that the day that the game leaked was what at least one website had claimed the release date for the game would be. Shortly after the first video went up, I compiled multiple screenshots of different online retailers and sources listing different release dates with the help of some wonderfully helpful Twitter users who watched my first video into this one tweet, and this is what we found. Of the 4 websites shown here, EB Games, GameStop, and the Cooking Mama Wiki have been wrong so far, or haven't happened yet. And it seems that PlayAsia turned out to be kind of right, because they claimed the game would be released today, the 26th. So at least one claim turned out to be true. Was it a lucky guess? Or does PlayAsia really know something that we don't? And lastly, what really sent the whole thing back into confusing, spiraling mystery territory for me was the surprise arrival of the March 26th Nintendo Direct Mini, which detailed, among other things, many new games that you could play on Nintendo Switch, which Cooking Mama was oddly not a part of. It was not mentioned or alluded to in any way. Considering the game is supposedly an exclusive for the Switch, releasing supposedly very soon, why wasn't it present? Once again, nothing was adding up.
You might have noticed that I'm making a lot of references to the fact that this happened on the 25th and the 26th. And it's also important to mention that I'm putting this out, hopefully, if all goes well, on the 27th. Now, I'm pointing all this out because I want to make it super clear. This is important to remember. Everything in my first video, all the stuff that happened in the entirety of that first starting branch of this conspiracy, that all happened over the course of at least a year. Something like that, right? All the stuff in this video, everything, as far as I can tell, last 2 days. The last 2 days, all of this stuff happens at once. And a lot of it seems completely unrelated. How does that happen? That's all I'm trying to figure out. And if it really is, like, I'm wrong about all this, there's no greater thing going on, like I hypothesized might be possible in the first video, and it really is just the case that these guys aren't very good at promoting Cooking Mama, this is still worth documenting, because if it is just that, these people have done a horrible job of promoting Cooking Mama. It's shocking. How? I mean, the video with Game Tim was a good thing, but, like, I didn't see anyone promoting that either, and apparently this happened before the intended possible release date. None of this adds up. So, again, not much further I can go. I need to wait for the game to come out so I can play it, and maybe more answers will be out by then, but for now, for real, we have to stop again. We will get to the bottom of this mystery eventually, but for now, I rest.
I'm far from convinced that this story is over, because weird things related to Cooking Mama Cookstar just seem to keep happening. But if I'm going to make a third and hopefully final part of this series, I'm at least going to wait until I've had my chance to play the game itself. I feel as though there, within the artifact of mystery itself, we would, in a perfect world, find all the answers. Until then, I'm going to sit by my door and wait for the game to come in the mail. I'm so excited I can hardly wait. After all this build-up, I wonder if this game is even going to be good. I hope so. I really hope so. Maybe then this whole mess will have been worth it.
I'm playing Cooking Mama DS again.
Hey guys, thanks for sticking around to the end. I really appreciate it. I had to make this video kind of quick, so I hope that it turned out alright. If you liked it, there's always part 1, and I have other videos like it and different stuff too if you want to check it out on my main channel. If you want to keep up to date on stuff I might be doing in the future, projects, and other videos I might be working on, feel free to follow me on Twitter at PurplePocketPirate. Thanks so much for sticking out to the end, guys. I will see you all later. Have a good night. Take care. I'll see you later, which is hopefully soon. Goodbye.